What's up, YouTube? And today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a thumbnail like this.
What's up, YouTube?
This is the Gamer64 here with another tutorial video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make amazing thumbnails. Okay, so we're going to start off by going to Pixlr. So you can just do Pixlr. If I just looked up Pixlr right now, you go to Online Photo Editor. And so yes, boom, this is exactly what we want. We'll get to this page, and we're going to first create a new image. Now the first thing we can do is title it, and I'm going to make a thumbnail. Show you guys how to make a thumbnail for my Terraria Hardcore series. So I will title it something so that I don't have to do it later. So next, we need to set the presets, which you're going to go down, scroll down here to Movie 720p, which will set the width and the height, which is 1280 by 720. Now finally, we need to make it transparent. After that, we click OK, and we're ready to start. So the first thing you're going to want is some sort of background image. I have some popular choices, such as there is the grunge background is a very popular one. So if you just look up grunge background right here, we have all these cool little images. Another one is just random like space pictures or like nebula pictures, I guess you can say. So we can do that and go to images, and there's all kinds of cool things that'll work for thumbnails. Now, however, if you're using photos online, which of course is what you'll probably be doing, then you need to make sure that the dimensions are the same as the presets that we used earlier. If you remember, it's 1280 by 720. So for example, this image right down here, oh, wrong thing. Oh, actually, you can click on the image, and I'll say, mostly, if it'll say YouTube, then you know it's the right dimensions. But I'll say 1280 by 720, so you know you can use it. So then, once you got your image, you can right-click to save image as and save it somewhere onto your computer. Now, I already have my own image that I'm going to be using. So, the first step to making our thumbnail is going to layer and open image as a layer. So, we're going to go, I believe it's, see, you don't have to stretch it or squeeze it or anything like that. It fits perfectly. So, there's a few steps we need to do to this image before we can continue. We're going to adjust it to make it a little bit better. So, actually, we're going to go to filter first, and people like this Gaussian blur. And about 40 to 60 is good, but I like doing 50. So it might look a little weird right now, might even hurt your eyes, but trust me, you're going to want the text a little blurred out like this for later when we start adding our text, because it makes the text stand out a little bit more. So the next step, what we're going to do is we are going to go to brightness and brightness and contrast. What we can do is we can up the contrast at least a little bit. No, maybe. You can, most times on photos, more contrast does make it look a little bit nicer. For mine, it's fine how it is. Next thing is hue and saturation. So, saturation's good. A little bit of saturation's nice. But mainly what you can do is colorize it. So once we do the colorize box, changing the hue will change colors. Now for this video, I'm not gonna do it for this video. But if you want to change like a grunge background to a different color, then boom, you could change it to a different color, and you would all be good. Now finally, before I figured this out, you would have to use the brush tool and just manually draw a black border around your video, but obviously you guys don't want to do that. So we're going to go to our layer and go to layer styles. Now this is going to be a tool we use a lot, layer styles. So stuff like drop shadow, outer glow, inner glow, but for this we don't want the outer glow. This time we want inner glow. So you notice there's a little blue outline, but we can change this to whatever color we like. So for this video, I'm gonna make it black, and then we can change the opacity. Opacity, I just keep at 100. Hardness, you can decide what hardness, and then you can make the size. So I can have it like that if I wanted to. But yeah, you get to decide the hardness. So I like something like this, which kind of looks like a border, but it's not too like square. I think it's like perfect boundary. It kind of just bothers me. So I'm gonna do something like this. And now that we have this layer, we can go and add some text. So you can hit the A button, or not the A button. You can go ahead and hit the T button, or you can click this little A down here to add some text. Now I recommend you click at more of the top of your image, because this box will come down, and if you click low enough, then the box will just kind of cut off. So next we need to choose stuff like font size. Don't worry, we can edit all of this later, but for now I'm gonna go edit the text how I will want. So also, just a note, fonts you have downloaded on your computer, like Big Noodle Tithing or Nexa Bold, do work. So that's one handy thing I do like about Pixlr. So this is a Terraria Hardcore. So this first thing is going to do Hardcore. Now, for thumbnails, you want text to be pretty big, and especially for Big Noodle, 250 seems like a lot, but it's appropriate for this video. So normally what I do in my Hardcore series is I just make it bright red. There we go. Stands out a lot, and I like that kind of text a lot. So you might be thinking, it's fine, but we're going to add some more stuff to make the text even better. So we're going to right click it, go to layer styles. Again, I told you it'd be handy. We're going to add some outer glow to our text. Most people prefer black, and then normally opacity should be 100, hardness in 10, and you can, well, obviously not that, but you can play around with the size, normally about 5 to 10. I'll do 10 because that looks nice. Oh, whoops, sorry. We need to go back to layer styles, and this time give it a drop shadow. Now, in my opinion, you can play around with opacity and like the distance and stuff like that, but I personally like the default settings. I think that's fine. So, good job. You made it this far. Now, you can add your own PNG images, whether that's going to be a logo like the YouTube logo or just really anything you want. So again, for example, I'm going to be using the Terraria logo. So we're going to go to Terraria logo PNG. Make sure it's a PNG, guys. If there's background, then that's going to suck for you. And in case you can't tell, a PNG, you're going to go to the image, click on it right there. You see how there's like these little gray and white boxes. So I already saved it, so I won't do that. Now we're going to do layer, and we're going to open it at image as a layer. So we're going to go and get this Terraria logo right here. Now it looks nice. Fortunately, we need to increase the size. Now, we open this as a layer. It does not work the same way as text. So we're going to go to edit and pre-transform. Now, what you want to do is make sure you hold the shift button as you make it bigger, because if you don't, it'll look something like that. Ooh. And obviously, you don't want something like that, so what am I doing to... Okay, so I'm going to use the shift key and make boom, giant, catchy Terraria logo right there. And yes, I would love to save the changes. I'm going to go back to my hardcore, and with the move tool, we can just move it around. I'm going to move it just like that. And you might be thinking, well, it's looking a little bit better, but not yet for me. So what I'm going to do is, this is what I like to do for episodes. So, that sucks. So, for this, I like using Nexa Bold. So we're just going to find that right here, Nexa Bold. And this is the third episode in my series, and I don't really like making like the episodes yellow. Now later I'm going to be showing everybody how to gradient text, in case that's what you're interested. So we're going to go to layer styles, do the same thing as we were doing before, give it that black outline, good hardness, decent size. I'm okay with that, and boom, nice fresh Terraria, or nice fresh 3. Personally, with this, I'm gonna give it the outer glow. I'm going to give it a little bit more size to pop out a bit more. So, you might be wondering, oh my goodness, I want to rotate this, but how do I rotate it? So we're going to go to Edit, Free Transform again. Oh, wait. Haha, this is the next step. So, for example, if you want to do something like gradation, which I'm not going to be doing, but I'm just going to show you how, as well as rotating. So text, it's not actually a layer, so to make it a layer, you're going to go to rasterize layer. Now it's going to shrink it a little bit, and that might alarm you at first, but don't worry, you can just free transform it again. And in the meantime, we can also rotate the text. Now I have this nice 3 going along here. I'm actually going to make it pretty big because I want to show you guys something pretty cool. I don't know. It's just me. I like to do this. But I want to make the 3, like this part of the 3 below the Terraria logo. So I'm going to drag it below layer 3, which is the Terraria logo. It does that. I don't know what it does. It just, I like it. It makes it look nicer. So I'm going to keep that there for now. Now, for those of you, after we rasterize our text, I'm going to show you how to do gradation. So you're going to go to Gradient tool, and then you can make gradient. There's all these different kind of gradation tools to use, but if you want to make your own, select like a custom option. So let's say something like this, and then you can click on the I can click on the individual boxes, change the color. Then I can create a new gradient to use. So after you have the gradient you want, that will not work. So what you need to do is you need to go to Edit, and it's obviously on the 3, the layer we want, and we can go to Select Pixels. Then we can draw our gradation through the 3, and then boom, we have our gradiented text. Now, to get rid of these annoying select pixels, you can go to deselect all, and hey, now we're good. So the next step is just a little tip that can make your text stand out. So we're going to go to hardcore. So we're going to go to rasterize this layer, and you might be thinking, well, what are you going to do with this layer? What else can we do? Now here's one more nice effect. First off, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and here's one really cool thing I like to do. So we have, obviously, it's rasterized, so we're going to go to Edit. Sure. If it ever says apply changes, unless it's like an accident you did, you want to hit yes, but if it's like an accident, you can just hit no and it won't save the changes. Next, we're going to go to free distort. Now, with free distort, we can do all kinds of weird stuff like, ooh, but I like to do something like this. Just kind of play with or around with it, but basically, something about this, it's like almost like 3D-ish. It kind of like makes it stand out a little bit more. Do something like that. Make it like that. There we go. I have this. It looks nice. It's a little more eye-appealing to our audience. In the navigator, we can see, oh my goodness, it looks nice, and it does on here too. So, the next thing we're going to do is, this is a common effect used, so we're going to make another layer, open image as a layer, and we're going to use I don't know what to call it, but it's a sunburst. Sunbursts are really popular. I'm going to drag that over them. Sunbursts are really popular. When I just look up sunburst, boom, and you'll go to... It'll be weird, but then once you go to images, then things will work out. You'll get exactly what you want. You can use any of these. Again, you can say for example, this was not the right color. Like the only 1280 by 720 image was a different color that I did not like. Again, you can go to filter, adjustment, hue and saturation, and we could colorize this to our liking. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hit cancel. Now, what we're going to do for this is, obviously, this is kind of covering up everything. And you might be thinking, what the heck? What are you thinking? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go with Sorry, my voice sucks. Toggle layer settings. Then we can change the opacity. So notice that, hey, I can actually see the stuff. Opacity is like how much you see, I guess. So you can play around the opacity, see what you like. I recommend something around 12-ish. I think 12. You don't want it to overpower. Actually, maybe even a little lower. You just kind of want that slight sunburst effect, but you don't want it to like overpower everything. Actually, 9, 10. I'm gonna type in 10 right here. Yeah, see, I like 10. 10 seems like good. So then you toggle layer settings. Make sure you hit this button or it will not save what you did. So now we have this little sunburst effect. Really, with the whole Terraria and Hardcore and the 3 or whatever, really the order of the layers doesn't matter too much in between those. Unless, for example, again, we wanted the Terraria to be over the 3. But besides that, the layers really shouldn't matter. So we're going to open image as layer. We're going to find... Where is it? Hoplite PNG, thank you. He's a little bit small, so of course we're going to have to increase his size. The problem with the Terraria things is they're little small, like pretty small, but that's okay. I'm fine. So then we're gonna. Oh, he looks interesting. So we can. I wanna make it good so you guys can see like, wow, that is so good. Blur. Oh no. I don't want to blur that. Terrible. Another thing we can do is an image is you can give it like a drop shadow. Boom, that looks rather nice. Inner shadow, outer glow, maybe that's a little too much. Inner glow, can do stuff like that. Boom. So, what we're gonna do is we can go here and we're gonna duplicate the layer. However, we're gonna move this guy over here. And then now, boom, look, we have these 2 hoplites. What we can do is we can go back. Where's the hardcore? Where is it? So I'm going to use that blue-ish thing around it. So then, finally, we're done. You listened to me ramble for probably about 10 minutes. So we're going to save our beautiful image. It'll already have the name for you, the quality. You can just do PNG, and I'll already save it as full quality for you. So then, it's going to select the file for you to, so I'm going to go thumbnails. Yay, now we have our beautiful image saved, so we can go check it out. We are going to go to File Explorer, and it'll probably appear in recent. Or you can just pick the file. Then you can view your image. Don't be fooled by these black things right here. It's not actually part of it. Those are just the arrows to slide from image to image. So boom, look at this. Also, this little black bar thing up here, that's gonna like cut some of it out, but that's just for this. On the actual thumbnail, you will be all good. So we have our hoplites, boom, hardcore, and I can't get out, so I'm just gonna go to like the photo thing and exit it out. So now we have our own thumbnail. It's a PNG file, right dimension, so everything will work. Make sure on your YouTube video as you're uploading it, there will be an option for custom thumbnail. Select your thumbnail file. Everything should work fine. And I wish for you guys to make some amazing thumbnails. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to give a shout out to your channel. I'm going to give on my next tutorial video a shout out to whoever makes the very best thumbnail. Honestly, once I figured all this out, it really helped the growth of my channel to make quality thumbnails, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to actually check out my Terraria Hardcore series and subscribe to my channel for more tutorial videos and gaming. Have a wonderful day.